So everybody wants to run longer and be less tired. I'm here to give you a few tips to help achieve that. Welcome to Atheist Runner. I'm Ralph. So I often think about accomplishing a long run and not being too tired is like driving a car with a full tank of gas, making sure you have gas at the end of your journey. Now, if I give you that car and it's got a full tank and I tell you drive 50 miles, you wouldn't care whether you go fast, maybe you even do donuts out of the parking lot, because you got plenty of gas. You can easily go 50 miles. But now I tell you, take that full tank of gas and go 300 miles, or you can't stop and get any more gas. What are you going to do in your car to make sure you don't run out of gas before you get there? Those things you do in your car are the same thing you want to do in your long run, because your long runs are a lot about energy management. For example, in your car, you might go a little slower, be a little more conservative in the beginning of your drive to save gasoline. Same thing in your long run. You should start your long run making sure you're running aerobically. And there's two ways you can determine if you're running aerobically. One way is make sure your heart rate is below 80% of your max heart rate. And the other easy test is make sure you can talk in sentences as you're running. If you could hold a conversation with a running buddy, you're running aerobically. That way you're conserving some of your energy in the first part of your run. Maybe do that. You can do it for your whole run, but at least do it for maybe the first quarter to third of your run, conserve that energy. And then as you get a little farther into it and you're doing well, you've conserved your energy, you can go a little faster if you want, you can run a little harder. Same thing in your car. If you've gone, maybe close to halfway and I've got plenty of gas, I got more than half a tank left, you could speed up a little bit if you want to get there a little quicker, or you could still maintain an easy pace. Now, another thing you might do in your car if you got a hilly drive is you're not going to go fast up the hills. You're going to go a little slower. Make sure you coast down the hill. Same thing in your long run. You may want to walk up the hills, do an easy jog down the hill, assuming the hill's not too steep, but do an easy jog down the hill. So doing that easy jog doesn't take as much energy, but moves you along a little quicker. And you walk up the hill, it slows you down, but conserve that energy. Again, you're trying not to empty your gas. You're trying not to empty your energy. So walk up the hills. Now, another thing you might do in your car is if it's a long drive, you're doing that 300 miles, which might take you, several hours, you might get out and stretch your legs. Same thing in your long run. You might midway through your run or three-quarters stop, kind of swing your legs, move your arms around, kind of shake them around, wake them up a little bit to help refresh yourself and keep on going for that long journey. Now, once you're nearing your destination, say you've only got maybe 10 or 50% of the way to go and you're doing well in your energy, you got plenty of gas left in your tank, then if you want to speed up, push a little harder, you can do that because you've managed your energy very well. You manage that gas in your tank that if you want to and you want to kind of kick it up at the end, maybe improve your time a little bit, you can do that. So it's very important from the beginning of your run, throughout your run, to manage that energy, either doing that easy start, kind of watching your hills, kind of refreshing yourself midway, and manage that energy throughout your run. That's the best way to make it through your run and get that distance without getting overly tired. Now, keeping my car analogy, the second tip is how big is your tank? In other words, in my car, am I going to drive 300 miles with a 15-gallon tank or a 20-gallon tank? That makes a big difference. So as a runner, the way you want to increase your tank size, you need to build up your endurance and your energy efficiency is by getting more miles per week. Now, typically, the way most people do it and the way I've done it, I shouldn't say most people, the way I've done it is to do 2 short runs, 2 short easy runs, and 1 long runs, and I would increase my mileage in that long run. Typically, no more than 10%. So if I was doing a 10-mile run and wanted to increase it the next week, I might do an 11-mile run. But I pretty much have stuck with that 2 easy runs, 1 long run. Well, now I'm going to try an experiment. I want to try something different because I've been doing some reading and some research, and it may be, I don't know if it's better, but an alternative approach is to do more runs. In other words, I might do 3 easy runs and 1 long run. By adding that 3rd easy run, I'm increasing my mileage per week. Now, if you've watched any of my videos, you've heard me say often, I rarely run 2 days in a row. So if I want to do 3 easy runs and 1 long run a week, that's 4 runs. I'm going to have to run at least 2 days in a row. But my plan is those 2 days in a row will be easy runs. In other words, I might run those short, easy runs at my long run pace. Make sure I'm running aerobically so I'm not stressing my body. So I won't have the rest between those 2 days, but I'll have rest the other days. So I'm going to see if I can increase my weekly mileage. By increasing that weekly mileage, you make your energy tank better. You increase your endurance, you increase your aerobic capacity, which will help you run farther and be less tired. So another thing you want to do during a long run to help you get that long run in and not be as tired is watch your running form. Make sure you keep the right posture, bending from the ankles, kind of looking out in the distance. Pay attention to your cadence, whatever your cadence is. Now, a suggestion is you get into the run and you're getting towards the end, your legs are tired and your legs are heavy, is you might want to start using a metronome, whatever your natural cadence is that you've determined over your running, that maybe you naturally run around, for example, 175 steps per minute. Start your metronome. That'll help keep you focused on that cadence later in the run when you're starting to get a little tired. Another tip is late in the run, concentrate on your arm swings, because what your arms do, your legs will follow. So if you're concentrating on moving your arms in the cadence you want, then your legs should really follow. So think about maintain your posture, maintain your form, watching your cadence throughout your run. That'll help keep you, again, in that even pace, keeping your body from getting overly tired because you're getting hunched over, or you're running too fast or overstriding. So use those tools, watch your posture, even use a metronome later in the run if that's helpful. So I hope you found some of these tips helpful. Again, a lot of it's energy management and a lot of it's building up the size of that tank. So watch your energy expenditure during the run, start easy, take it easy on the hills, speed up at the end if you want, but you don't have to. And again, add those miles per week, try and increase that 10% a week. Pretty soon you'll be able to run longer and be less tired. I really thank you for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to do that. If you like this video, please scroll down and hit the like button. And if you're new here, I'd love to have you stick around. Please hit that subscribe button also. Thanks again and happy running.